Hi guys, I welcome you all back to my channel. I am Aisha. In today's video, I will be showing you how to cut and sew this north shoulder dress. Thank you all for your support. God bless you all. If you are new to my channel, kindly click on the subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you will be notified. I'm making use of 3.5 for the Kampala and 1.5 for the organza. Stay tuned to the end of the tutorial. I've drawn the lines. This is the shoulder, the armhole, bust line, under bust, and the waist line. I will be drafting it on this pattern paper first. The bust palm I'm using is 8 inches. You divide your bust palm by 2. That's your nipple to nipple measurement. You take that measurement on bust line, waist line, and the under bust, and you make it a straight line. At the bust line, I will be coming down by 1 inch from the bust line. So that's our new bust point. You draw your line to meet that point. I will be taking the dart of 2 inches. You divide the dart into two, 1 inch at each side, at the under bust and at the waist line. You make it a straight line to the under bust. I will use my French curve to create curve from the under bust to the bust point. At this other side, you curve it but not too curvy. From the shoulder, I will measure downward. I will be making use of 7.5. You determine how off you want your off shoulder. For me, I'm making use of 7.5. You can decide to increase it or you reduce it. You make it a straight line. From the bust point, you make it a straight line to this upper part. We need to contour it. I'll be making use of 1 inch dart, half inch at each side, and you curve it with your French curve to the bust point this way. I will be taking the circumference measurement. You divide your bust by 4 and make sure you return every dart we are cutting out. Divide your waist also by 4 and return the dart, the 2 inches dart here also. Same thing applies to the waist. I will be taking the pit to pit measurement. You measure it this way and you come to this upper part here at where we start our off shoulder. So you take your measurement this way and return that 1 inch dart back to it. You straighten it to that point where it stops. I will be shaping the side. For us to create our sweetheart shape, you determine the depth. I'm making use of 9 inches for the depth of mine, and I will shape it this way. After the dart, you measure 1 inch or 1.5, and you start your shape from that point. You can see that is not on the dart that I start the shape, and you shape your armhole this way. This shaded part is going out. We'll be cutting it out. I'll be adding a side dart of 1.5 to it. At the bust line, you come downward by 1.5 and you give it a dart shape to the bust point this way. This side dart is going out also. I'll be cutting it out. You cut the side dart this way. You won't cut it to the end, and you close it and use your tape to tape it down this way. We have our front aspect. For the back aspect, you had 2 inches zip allowance to hit at the back. The length of the waist I'm using at the back aspect is 15.5. You minus the 1.5 inch side dart from the length of the front aspect to get the length of the back aspect for it to be equal at the side. And you determine the depth of your back aspect, how deep you want it. I'm making use of 9.5 for mine. I will be taking the circumference measurements. You divide your bust by 4. At the waistline, you divide your waist also by 4 and add the 1 inch dart. You return that 1 inch dart to it. I will be shaping it at the side. I will give it curve shape to the armhole side with my French curve at this upper part. For us to have a perfect fixing of our zip at the back aspect, I will come to the waistline at the zip allowance. I will remove 1 inch from the zip allowance and return the 1 inch back to the side. I will shape it that way. You reshape the side, and at the zip allowance, you shape it this way to the bust line. You can see. You straighten this upper part this way. I will be cutting it out. We have our back aspect also. This is the front and the back aspect. I've cut the main fabric. You had 1/2 inch to it all round, and at the side you had your inseam allowance to hit. I'm making use of 2 inches for mine, and I double the lining at the front aspect of the bustier. I double the lining. This is the one I will be using for the off shoulder sleeve, the one that will not add the shoulder. I make use of 35.5 for the length, you can see, and 5 inches for the width, because I will be folding it into 2. You fold it, you double it this way and sew it downward. I will be adding pockets to it at the side. I have 2 pieces of the pocket here with me, you can see. So I'll be cutting out the pocket. At the upper part, you leave 1/2 inch at the upper part, and you measure downwards 6 to 7 inches. From there, you curve it this way. You give it curve shape. You can see. So that's how to cut out your pockets. Now for the down aspect. I measure 3 yards for both the front and the back aspects. So I will need to divide it into 2 for me to get the front and the back aspects. For the length, you minus the half length from the full length, and we are still going to add organza to it at the down aspect. You minus the length of the organza also from the full length for us to get this part of the length. There will be 2 inches difference from the back and the front because of the zip. I've divided the 3 yard into 2. There should be 2 inches difference because of the zip. You can see this is it. You can see the 2 inches difference. I've added body to the main fabric. This is it. So I add body to it at the back. and I had stay to one of the lining. I'm cutting two lining for this front aspect. You can see. So I'm adding stay to the back of one of the lining, and same thing applies to this other side. I add wording to the main fabric. You can see the way I cut the word. You can see it. And I cut stay to one of the lining. This is the lining. Let me remove our pattern this way. So now we need to join the bustier together first. So I will be picking the main fabric. This is the center of the upper part. You pick it this way. You start your sewing from the down aspect. Make sure where we notch meets. You can see this is the under bust. Where we notch here, you make sure it meets this way. You can see you can just use your pen to hold it here. So and you start your sewing upward. The same thing applies to the lining. This is it. I've joined it together. You can see this is it. Let me open it for you to see. You can see it. You join it from the down aspect. Make sure you use same half inch from the down aspect upward. You can see this is the two side. Join it together this way. So we need to notch it at the under bust. So we come to the under bust. Same thing applies to this side. You can see. So we notch it at the under bust. So I put it to the front aspect. I'll still need to iron it. So I'll put it to the front aspect for you to see. You can see it. So this is the lining. I double the lining. You can see. So I double the lining. If you are using door face or tapreta, you might not double it. And if there is need for you to double it, you can double it. I double the lining for us to have a good finishing at the outer parts. You can see. So same thing applies to the lining. You sew it same way. You can see. You can see this line. Just bring it up this way. Same thing applies to this other side. So same way we notch the main fabric, we are going to notch the lining also. You see, so this is it. So now I will need to iron it. But before then, let me join the back aspect too. So this is our back part of the dress. We'll remove the pattern. So now I will be picking it and I will be joining it. So I'll pick this way. Let's see. You can just use your chalk to indicate it so that you will know the upper part of it. If you are working, work with your pen. It's very important to be at the safer side. Make sure you use your pen when you are working. Yes, I will be sewing this. So you pick it from the down aspect also and sew it upward. So this is the down part. So you sew it with 1/2 inch upward. Let me do that. I've ironed it. This is it. So this is the back aspect of it. You open your inseam first, so this way, and you iron it. You can see this is the back aspect of the lining. This is the lining aspect, and this is the back aspect. I've ironed both the lining and the main material. I will need to join the one I will be using for the sleeve. So I will be joining that first. So you pick it this way. This is the one we'll be using for the sleeve. So I will be folding it in. I will need to fold it this way and place my sewing on it downward. So I'll sew it downward and turn it to the right side before placing it at the inner part of the, because we'll need to place that first here before joining the lining and the main fabric together. We'll be placing it on the main fabric first. So now I'll pick it this way. I'll be giving this shape. You fold it this way. I'll give it shape like this. This one. So this is it. So I'll be folding this way. So let me fold the 4 of it. I have 4 pieces of it. So I'll be folding it this way and I will turn it from here to the right side. Let me do that. I'm done with it. I've ironed it. This is it. So you can see the sharp edge here. So we have it this way. The 4 pieces. You have 4 pieces of it. You can see. So now I'll be placing it on the main fabric. This is the main fabric. This sharp edge like this will be at this side. So I'll place it like this. After the sewing of the bustier, you can see this is the sewing. So I'll place it here like this. You can see. So place it like this and just pin it. Same thing applies to this other side. So you come to the back aspect here. You can see after the joining of our darts, we'll pick it this way and place it here also. So you place it. So you need to place your sewing on it. So let me stitch it down. So this is it. You can see it. So now we'll be using the lining in turning it. So you place your lining on it this way. Make sure the center meets. You can see. So you hold it with your pin. So from there, you can see. So I will need to sew it. So I'll be placing sewing on this upper part and the side here. When you are sewing it, follow the shape. This sweet art shape. You follow the shape. So let me do that. And at the back aspect also, I'll be turning it with the lining too. So I will place the lining on it at the back aspect. So I'll turn it with it. You place it on it this way. So I'll turn it at the upper part at the side. Two side, this side will be having zip to it. So I'll be turning both side of it at the back aspect. So you can see, same thing applies to the other side. So let me do that. You can see it. This is it. This is the sewing. You can see. So after sewing it this way, you will need to notch it. So you come to this center, you notch it at the center here. Just be careful. So you notch this curve. Okay. This is it. So after notching, you open it this way. We will need to top stitch on the lining. So you top stitch on this lining. So you open it like this and place your sewing. Make sure your hand is straight and neat. You place your sewing on it downward. This is it. So I've top stitch at the upper part, you can see on the lining. You top stitch on it. This is it to this end, and I've turned it at the inner part here at the side. You can see. So turn it to the front and space this way. So now what next now is for me to hold it at the down aspect here. So I will be placing sewing at this down aspect. After placing the sewing, I will iron it. So after ironing it, I will be showing you what next. I've ironed it. So this is the front part and this is the back aspect. What next now is for us to hold it at the side here with the circumference measurement. So this is the back aspect. So I'll pick this back aspect this way. I'll measure 2 inch for the zip allowance. So you come here, measure the 2 inches for the zip allowance. This is the 2 inches. So there, I'll be using office pin to hold it there. You can see this is it. So now we will place it at the back this way. So now I will be holding it with the circumference measurement. So I'll come here. The bust I'm using is 38. So you can see. So this 38. You can see our 38. So and you take your waist and your under bust measurements. So let me do that. So I've hold it at the side. You can see it. This is it. So you turn it to the front aspect. This is the one I will be using for the back aspect, the one I have zip allowance to. So I will need to fold it into two. Fold it into two to the wrong part. And this is the zip I'm using. I can just come down by 8 inches here. So this is 8 inches, you can see. So from here, I will be holding it in form of that this way. So I'll hold it in form of that like that. You can see. So you hold it in form of that like this. And after that, I will be able to slit this side into two. So I'll just let me do that. So this is the back aspect of the gathers. So I'll come here. I will need to join the two together at the side when joining the pockets to it. So pick it at the side. So this is it. Yes. So here I will hold it 1 inch downward here. So I'll come here. After this edge, I'll measure 1 inch. This is 1 inch. You know, this is the edge that I'll be using in joining it. I will use this as half inch in joining it. So after that, I'll measure 1 inch. So this is 1 inch. So I'll from here I'll stitch it downward here to this 1 inch where this 1 inch stop. So I will be fixing this pocket here. So after this 1 inch, I'll pick the pocket and I'll fix it here down to this point. So I'll measure 6 inches. Measure 6 inches from here to here. Measure 6 inches or 7 inches depending on how you want it. So how wide you want the opening of your pocket. For 6 to 7 inches is okay. So I'll be making use of 6 inches. This 6 inches you can see. So this is where my pocket will be. So from here to here. So let me do that. First, I'll hold this pocket. I will stitch it at this down aspect and at this upper part, and I will leave half inch here. So that's the inches that I will use in joining it to this side. Let me do that. I've fixed the pocket to both sides of the down part. So you can see this is the pocket. This is it. For better understanding of the sewing of this pocket, I have a video on how to do that. I'll be dropping some video link below for you to watch. This is the second pocket. You can see it. This is it. So this is the front part of it. You can see. So this is the side. You can see it. And at the upper part of the down part, I've add gather stitch. You can see I've add gather stitch to it because we need to gather it together. So I've add gather stitch to it all round. So now I will need to add the gather stitch together this way. You draw the thread and add your gather. See, this is it. I've add the gather stitch to it. You can see it. You gather it together. This is it to the down part. So we'll pick the upper part of it. This upper part. So we'll be joining it to this. You pick it from the back aspect. You know we have zip allowance to this also. So you pick it from this back aspect like this, and you place it on this way. You can see. Make sure the side that will have pocket to is equal to this upper side here. The joining must meet this joining. Here we have pocket to here. You can see this side that will have pocket to, so it must be equal with this side joining of the upper part. So you open it this way and you place this here. This joining where the pocket is, you can see you place it on this space. You place it this way, and you can just use your office pin to hold it down there. Everything must be equal. So I will continue the sewing. When you get to this center of the front part, you bring this together, you notch it, you look for the midpoint of this by with the dart. You bring the two darts together this way. So I will notch it. See, this is it. So make sure when you get to this center, I've notched the center of the gathers at the front aspect. Yeah, this is the center. See, you can see this is the center. It must be equal here. You can see it must be equal. The reason for this, so that the gathers will not be fuller at one side. So that everything will be equal. You can just use your pin to hold it here also, so that everything will be equal. You can see. So same thing applies to this side. And after then, you place your sewing on it. You use your hand to set it. You can see on it for everything to be equal. Set the gathers on it this way. You can see. So I'll pick it from here and sew it downward. I'm done with the gathers at the down aspect. You can see it. Let me show you the inner part of it. You can see. This is it. I'm done with the joining. I'll come to the back here. I'll be adding this zip to the back aspect of it. You can see. After then, I will be joining this organza to the down aspect. We need to join organza to this down aspect. So I'll be cutting the organza. I'll cut it in 10 inches. So this 10 inches, you can see. I'll cut another 10 inches. Tell me how full you want it. You can decide to use 2 inches for the organza. It depends on how full you want your organza to look. So this is it. I will be joining it together here. You pick it and join it first together. So you join everything together. After joining, I will be placing it on the right side of this dress at the down aspect this way. You can see. You place it at the top. Make sure you come up by 1 inch. You can see from here. You can just measure 1 inch from here. Measure 1 inch. You see this 1 inch. So you place your organza this way. You can see. You place your organza. So this where this 1 inch stop, that's where I'll start my sewing all around. So I'll place sewing on it and I'll be adding gathers to it all around. So let me do that. This is it. I'm done with it. You can see. So you place it on it this way and place your sewing on it. I did not weave it. You can decide to weave yours. So I'll leave it this way. I'm not weaving it. So you can see this is it. You place it all around. So here, you bring it together and knot it at the upper part here. So this is it. At the inner part, you can decide to add lining to it. But as for me, I'm not adding lining to the inner part of this. So I'm not adding lining to it at the down part. So that's all about the cutting and sewing of our dress. If you find this video helpful, kindly give it a thumbs up. If you have any question or suggestion, you can drop it in the comment section below. Kindly subscribe to my channel and make sure you turn on your notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you will be notified. Thanks for watching. Bye.